Hey guys, welcome back here to Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel today to check the video out. Guys, today, based upon what I have been hearing on my comments the last 2 or 3 weeks, I want to have a conversation about why a certain percentage of live scopers, a pretty good percentage of them, are becoming increasingly irritated and bitter about the entire live scope conversation. Got some interesting examples I want to give you guys in today's episode here, and we're going to dig into that. And sorry if there's noise in the background. Every time I do a video, guys, you've heard it. We got a big train back here in the back of the field that is like constantly back and forth. That usually goes on when I'm doing a video, or helicopters flying over, or my neighbor is either mowing or blowing leaves, and now he's grinding a stump over there this morning. So if you hear something, that's probably what it is there. So anyway, we're going to dig into that in today's video. Also, guys, thank you very much, man, for everybody that's taken time to subscribe here to Intuitive Angling. If you haven't done it, guys, great free way to support the channel. Hitting that subscribe button goes a long way. Also, if you like the videos and hype the videos with that little hype button, really pushes the videos out with YouTube if you use that hype button, so appreciate that. And also, guys, thank you everybody that has been going into my description on every video and using all the links I have in there to support Intuitive Angling. Thank you for me and my family. We really appreciate that. Okay, guys, I've been getting a lot of comments here, an abnormally large amount of comments from these increasingly vitriolic, hateful live scopers. And this is nothing new. We've been doing it for a while, but there's really been an uptick on it. So it got me thinking about it, and about how live scopers are pretty much divided up into like 3 categories. You have a segment of the live scopers out there that they're just happy-go-lucky. They could care less either way. They don't want to get into the big controversy. Let's say, for example, they go buy a boat, and then the dealer says, "Hey, you want a live scope or forward-facing sonar on your boat?" And they go, "Well, yeah, I might as well get it." And so they could care one way. They're not invested emotionally in the topic like a lot of us that watch the channel are. It's just whatever. It's just, to them, it's just another piece of equipment, and they just don't pay that much attention to it. You got other people out there that have bought their live scope and forward-facing sonar, and I hear this all the time, guys, and they say, "Well, I bought it, but I just don't use it. I don't really like it. I just don't use it that much, but I got it on my boat." I hear a lot of that. And then you've got that segment out there that is the cult, I call them. No disrespect. I'm just trying to say this is like, they are the hardcore scopers. That is their deal. That's their game. And they are extremely defensive about it, about being a scoper. So I got thinking about this, and I was trying to look at this from a human behavior perspective level, because one of the things that I really like to do, I've been around a lot of people fishing. I like to sort of step back from a third-party perspective and view the human species sort of like from a third-party perspective to get an understanding of human behavior. And there is a segment of the scopers out there. I'm going to guess if you say, 100% of the people that have live scope and forward-facing sonar, 75% of them fall in those 2 categories I just told you. They could care one way, less, or it's not a deal. It's not a. They live their lives and they do whatever. Other people have it, don't use it, and 25% of them are the hardcore. And those are the ones that are bitter and angry right now at this whole thing. And I think there's a couple different reasons for this, in my opinion. First of all, I think on a subconscious level, they're embarrassed, and they know it's not right, and they know it's wrong. And it's almost like when somebody gets caught in something that they shouldn't be doing, they get real defensive, and they get real bent out of shape about it. I think that's what goes on with a lot of them, is that, it's their game. They love using it. They know it's not right, but they still do it. And then when somebody, challenges them on that, or they get blowback about, how it's destroying the sport and how it's unethical in fishing and how it's all the stuff we talked about. It's the income disparity, removes the mystery and magic. It's not fishing. You don't fish to find fish. I think a lot of them are embarrassed by it, and I think that they don't really know how to handle that. Of course, here it comes right on schedule when we do the video, the train guys. But anyway, I think a lot of them, they're just simply embarrassed that they're using it, and they're trying to defend it at all ends. And then they lash out and they call anyone that tries to step up and say, you know, LiveScope is bad for the sport, you know, they get real defensive, they get hateful, vitriolic, throw cuss words out there, call you every name in the book, you know, simply because of that. So this is the division that forward-facing sonar has caused in our sport. We never had this before. We had no divisions in the sport of bass fishing until LiveScope came along. LiveScope is solely responsible, and for other forward-facing sonar, you know, inventions, for this division that we're seeing in the sport, this hateful, vitriolic energy that goes, you know, between anglers. So anyway, guys, I don't know. I try to, since I'm in the middle of this, I try to figure out the best way to deal with it. And it's like a lot of other things in life, guys. There's about 75% of the people that are, you can have a conversation with them and you can talk to them about stuff and you can have a civil, respectful debate and just get along as people. And then there's 25% of the people that just, you can't do it. They simply don't play well with others. They don't. And this is the segment that I have to deal with all the time in my comments that do get blocked. I don't put up with that bullshit. I mean, I don't put up with this sophomore behavior of somebody having to cuss you out because, you know, you give somebody your opinion on something, like I'm twisting their arm to watch my videos. Anyone out there that's a LiveScope fanatic that hates what I'm doing, hey, you don't have to watch these videos, man. And nobody's twisting your arm to watch intuitive angling. If it makes you miserable, go somewhere else. But they don't. They like to watch the videos and they like to make comments and cuss me out and call me names and all this type of stuff that, you know, goes along with that whole, you know, behavioral aspect that I was just talking about. So anyway, guys, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about that this morning. I did a video, or I did a post yesterday. I got this meme. People send me memes all the time, guys. You gotta realize I get 7 million views a month on my social media. So my freaking inbox is full of stuff. And yesterday I got this meme that somebody had created about this dude in front of a bass boat. He had like 10 electronic units on his boat. Funny, you know, the average human bass fisherman would say, they say that's funny. It doesn't matter what your position is on the cheater box, they would say that's funny. And anyway, a bunch of guys got bent out of shape about it. They thought that was so offensive. And then again, I got looking at it from a subconscious level, and I think one of the reasons they're offended by it is they know that it's wrong, and they're a little bit embarrassed by it, that they have to use it and that they do use it. So, and another thing, guys, I think another reason people get offended by it, people talking against LiveScope, is they know that's their umbilical cord to success. And when you have something that you rely on to sustain you in whatever it is, like I don't care if it's your job or whatever it is, if somebody threatens that, or if that's threatened to be taken away, you get very defensive about it. So you have some people out there that simply know that they just can't catch very many fish, or they can't compete without LiveScope, so they're going to dig their heels in and get defensive about any threat to that particular part of their fishing. So anyway, guys, hope you're all having a good day. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll talk later.